Welcome everyone. In today's short video, we're going to be discussing two really important points on your test. Number one, called the Candidate Information Bulletin, usually abbreviated as CIB, Candidate Information Bulletin. And secondly, the new Milady textbook for 2023. Recently, we got contacted by a woman in Florida, and she had gone to barber school, and they told her in her barber school when she was registering there would be no cosmetology questions on her test. Well, when she got to her test, there were many cosmetology questions, and not surprisingly, she failed her test because she was totally unprepared for all the cosmetology questions. Now, if you look at the Candidate Information Bulletin for the state of Florida, which I have right here in front of me, it tells you there are 15 questions on hairstyling, and there are 10 questions on what they call chemical services, permanent waving, chemical relaxers, curl reformations, soft curl perms, hair color, bleaching, and highlighting. Okay? That's 25 questions. That sounds like a lot of cosmetology questions to me. But if you ask the school, here's what they'll say. Well, what we meant when we said there was no cosmetology questions was there was no questions on nails or makeup, because that's what we consider cosmetology. Now, there's a really fancy word for that. It's called obfuscation or obfuscating. Politicians are excellent at it. When you say to them, well, you said, they'll say, oh, no, I never said that. That you understood. You misunderstood what I was saying. What I meant was, right, it's still a lie. Okay? The school will tell you whatever they think you want to hear to get your money. The proof of this is the barber pass rate so far for 2023 is 31%. That means 7 in 10 barber students fail. It's only 50% for cosmetology. That means half the room fails every day. There's something wrong with this system. Now, I've chosen a couple of other states to look at the Candidate Information Bulletin because I think they make the point really well, specifically Arizona and Tennessee. They show how different the test can be from one state to another. The Candidate Information Bulletin for Arizona says there are 5 shaving questions. The Candidate Information Bulletin for Tennessee says there are 24 shaving questions. That's a really big difference in 5 and 24. Now, if you miss all the shaving questions in Arizona, you'd probably be still okay if you knew the other topics very well. If you miss all the shaving questions in Tennessee, you're not going to pass your test. The only way you know this is from the Candidate Information Bulletin. It doesn't give you the exact questions they will ask you, but it gives you the breakdown so you know what chapters in your book to study. Now, I suggest simply asking your teacher for a copy of the Candidate Information Bulletin. They should have one. And if they don't even know what it is, then you should ask for your money back, because there is no way you're going to pass the test with the teacher who doesn't know what's on the test. It doesn't matter how well you can do a high and tight fade. If you don't understand curl reformations, soft curl perms, highlighting, bleach and tone, tint back, where do you apply temporary color? If you don't know these questions, you're not going to pass your test because, quite frankly, the state doesn't care how well you shave. They really don't. Right? Only a couple of states, California and Tennessee, test heavily on shaving. The other states, a couple of them have 1 question, one has 3 questions. They don't care how well you shave. Now, we're going to talk about one other thing here. Okay, before I go on, I'm going to put up one quick slide so you see. When you're looking for the Candidate Information Bulletin in your state, you just type in your state, whatever it might be, your area of study, barber, cosmetology, skincare, nails, and Candidate Information Bulletin, and you will come on Google to the CIB. And it will tell you the things I'm telling you right here. Now, the next point I want to talk about is the new book from Milady for 2023. Most of the barber students will be using this book from 2017. Most of the cosmetology students will be using this book from 2016. Unfortunately, the cosmetology and barber exam are using the new book from 2013. There are a lot of changes. There's a lot of new information in the new book. There's a lot of information that contradicts things in the older book. Let me give you one quick example. For as long as I can remember, they said you only need to do a PD test before hair color, with the exception of temporary color. Temporary color did not require a PD test. A PD test is an allergy test, done 24 to 48 hours before you put the product. All of a sudden, in the new 2013 book, it says certain temporary colors require a PD test. Historically, it said you did a strand test before permanent wave and chemical relaxer. Now it says you do a PD test before permanent wave and chemical relaxer. So if you're studying from one of the older books, and most of you are, you're going to get these questions wrong. And you keep in mind, it only takes one question to fail your test. If 75 is passing in your state and you get 74, you fail. It's just like if you got 24 or a 4. If 70 is passing in your state, 69 is fail. There's no almost license or almost passing. You either pass or you fail. It's all or nothing. It's very difficult to pass the test when you're studying from the wrong books. Now that, of course, supposes you are studying, and to be honest, something most of you won't want to hear, although you paid school a couple of $100s for your book, I can promise you at least half the students have virtually never opened the book. I've been in this business a long time. I've had thousands of students go to the school. Half the students' books are as new on the day they graduate as the day they started, and that's another reason you can't pass the test. This test is not easy. You need to prepare for it. You need to prepare correctly. You need the right books. Now you can go on to Milady.com, and for about $200 with tax, you can order the new book. It's about close to 1,400 pages, and you can read all those pages and most likely pass your test. And probably if you never went to school, because everything comes straight out of the textbook. Or you can go to our company and you can buy our question and answer book that tells you everything you need to know for the test without reading 1,400 pages. We tell it to you in about 200 pages, just questions and answers directly from the test for $49.95. You can also give us a call and take private tutoring. Our instructors will walk you through the textbook, tell you page by page, chapter by chapter, exactly what you need to know on the test. Underline it or highlight it. Most of the book is not on the test. I could go through the 1,400 page book, and in less than 200 pages, I could tell you exactly what is on the test. And if you want me to do that, or other members I work with, give us a call for private tutoring. It's 5 classes. Each class is 1 hour in length. We will walk you through every chapter in your book and tell you what to highlight, what to underline, all the pitfalls you don't want to fall into, all the State Board trap questions. At the end of this video, do yourself a really big favor. Hit the subscribe button. You'll be notified of future videos going forward. Give us a call, 760-534-4434 for private tutoring, or visit our website, www.cosmetologystateboardexam.com. All the books you need, barber, cosmetology, aesthetics, nail technology, are there. There's several free practice tests for you. These are examples of the questions from our book and the State Board exam. So give us a call, 760-534-4434, and hope to see you soon.